Hi, it's Cory, and today you're going to learn how to play Here Comes a Thought from Steven Universe. In total, we're going to be looking at 7 chords, and overall the strumming pattern I think is pretty easy. There are definitely a lot of ways you can make the song more complex as well, but this is, I think, a really good happy medium of a song that has been simplified in some ways, but that also will add a pretty good challenge for some people too. Also, if you are a fan of Steven Universe, I have quite a few tutorials for songs on my channel, so make sure to check those out, and I will also make sure to put them in the cards as well, so you can learn how to play all your favorite songs. First things first, of course, though, let's make sure your ukulele's in tune. That's going to be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. So our first chord we're going to be looking at is going to be the F major chord. So you're going to take your first finger, place it on the 1st fret, 2nd string, and then your second finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 4th string. And there's your F. The next chord we're going to be looking at is the E7 major chord. Now, this song calls for an E, but I do find the E7 is a lot easier to play, and it still fits with the overall quality that it was being used for with the E. So to make that E7, you're going to take your first finger, place it on the 1st fret, 4th string, take your second finger, place it on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and your third finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 1st string. The next chord is going to be a G7. Now, it's very similar to a G chord, it's just kind of like inverted in a way. So you're going to take your first finger, place it on the 1st fret, 2nd string. Your second finger is going to go on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your third finger is going to go on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And there's that G7. Next, we're going to be playing a C major 7, which is different than a C7 chord, and it is also different than a just regular C major chord. But it's really easy to play. All you need is your second finger, and then you're just placing it on that 1st string, 2nd fret. You're also going to need a B7 major. Now, there's a couple different ways you can play this. My favorite way is just to completely bar across the 2nd fret here with your first finger, then use your second finger to help press down on that first finger to get some extra strength and support. And then you're going to take your third finger and place it on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. And there's that B7 chord. Now, while you're making the B7, make sure to keep your thumb in the same place that behind where you are barring. If you want more details on that, I do have a video all about barred chords and some tips and tricks on how to get those a little bit easier for you. So that will be in the cards. Make sure to check it out if you're having a little difficulty with that B7. Like that. You're also going to need a D minor chord. Now, what's great about this is when you have that F chord here, the only difference between a D minor and an F is on a D minor, your third finger is on the 3rd string, 2nd fret here. So here's your F, here's your D minor. Okay, so it's very, very easy, but to walk you through it, you take your first finger, place it on the 1st fret, 2nd string, your second finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and your third finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. There's your D minor. And then lastly, and this is probably, I think, the most difficult chord in the song, mainly just because it's not used very often, but you're going to be playing an F minor chord. So what you're going to do for that is take your first finger, place it on the 1st fret, 4th string, take your second finger, place it on the 1st fret, 2nd string, then you're going to take your pinky and place it on the 3rd fret, 1st string. And there's that F minor. So once you're really comfortable with the different chords, then start looking at your strumming pattern. For this song, we're going to be using a combination of just strumming on the chord changes as well as a strumming pattern. Now, the strumming pattern we're going to be using is a down, up, down, up, down strumming pattern. It sounds like this. So it's down, up, down, right? Playing it on that C major 7. So when played in time, it's down, up, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. All right? Now, as always, the next step to this is exchanging the, after the first down, all the other 2 downs with chucks. So the down, up, down, changes into a down, up, chuck, down, up, chuck, up, chuck. That strumming pattern we're pretty much using for the entire song. The only time that's going to change is at the very beginning for the opening line of take a moment and think of just, and you're going to do that all the way through the second, flexibility, love, and trust. Those are all just going to be played on the down strum on the chord changes. Then we're going to move to the down, up, down strumming pattern. And you're going to continue playing that except for on the I'm here, I'm here, I'm here's. So essentially, you're going to be doing the strumming pattern throughout the entire song except for take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. And then the I'm here, I'm here, I'm here's. Everything else is going to be the strumming pattern, okay? As always, if the strumming pattern is too complex for you or you need to work your way up to it, you can always just play on the beat as well. Or you can play the entire song just on the chord changes. That's fine too, because the chords do change pretty often, but every single chord can go through the entire strumming pattern. There's not going to be like any chord changes in the middle of the strumming pattern. You'll get through an entire strumming pattern and then the chord will change and then it'll continue going like that. So again, the progression here should be mastering those chords, getting really comfortable with them, knowing how to switch to and from each of the different chords, then being able to play the song all the way through on just the chord changes with a down strum, then moving on to strumming on the beat on down strums, and then moving to the strumming pattern. Once you're really comfortable with the strumming pattern, then you can add the chucks if you'd like, okay? So we're gonna give it a run through. If there's been any confusion, watch the playthrough and you'll see kind of what it looks like in its entirety. And then you can start working on it on your own. Also, I want to point out too, if for whatever reason the playthrough is ever too fast for you, in the YouTube options or the setting options, you can slow down the video. They do it in a really cool way where it doesn't change the pitch at all, but it makes it slower. So if you need a slower playthrough, like if I'm going too fast, you can always slow down the actual video. And that's a really good tip that you can do when working on bringing it up to playing tempo, okay? So let's give it a go, and here's the playthrough. 1, 2, here we go, and take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Here comes the thought that might alarm you, what someone said and how it harmed you, something you did that failed to be charming, things that you said are suddenly swarming. Oh, you're losing sight, you're losing touch. All these little things seem to matter so much that they confuse you, that that it was just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We can watch, we can watch, we can watch, we can watch them go by. From here, from here, from here. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. I hope you found this tutorial for Here Comes a Thought helpful to you. If you are a big fan of Steven Universe, or even just really a fan of any music, make sure that you are commenting down below on what songs you want to hear tutorials or you want to see tutorials for on this channel. I really do read every single comment, and I really appreciate all the kind words and everything too, but I definitely also appreciate when you tell me what songs you want to hear, because that's how I determine what tutorials I make next. Also too, please be aware that if you do request a song and I'm not able to get to it, right away or even ever potentially, I often am looking for the ones that the most people want to hear, because I want to be able to help the most people possible. So again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.